3, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Welcome, everybody, to Credit Zero, the podcast from After School Arcade.
Yay!
We're doing well. How are you doing? Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. You can close off now.
We love your feedback. It's great.
Thank you. Yeah?
Yes, let's introduce ourselves, just in case nobody knows who we are after all this fucking time.
We're a group of improvisers.
There's a heavy question mark at the end of that one.
Largely because it's COVID.
Largely.
So I guess we're a bunch of podcasters? Oh god, are we those people? Thank god we've got a woman on the team now.
Well, we have a podcast. You know, it's nothing big. It's whatever.
Yeah. I think there's a joke online that's like, what's a group of white men called? A podcast.
Yeah.
It's sadly true.
I should be executed.
Cool. Thanks, dude.
Let's explore that for a little bit.
Wait. Before we get into killing Luke, we should thank you, Daryl, for introducing the podcast. What's my name again?
Paul.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yo, who the fuck am I?
I think you're Leslie.
Yeah.
There's somebody has a
Wait.
birthday today.
We haven't introduced the last two people yet.
You said his name.
Yeah, you heard my name.
Luke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but then there's one last person who has a birthday today.
God,
I'm
my
the
powers
only
of
other
deduction.
person here, though.
What? Is it your birthday, Drew?
I think so. What day is it today?
Well, we can't date the
They-
fucking episode.
It's
And also, you wouldn't even want that information out about yourself.
It's Drew's birthday day.
It's Drew's birthday day!
Yay!
Happy birthday, Drew. He is now 29. He's not.
Yep, 29. That's me.
You're like 27, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you're 27? Wow.
He's the second oldest.
You guys are getting old.
He's
Look
a-
at you.
Getting closer to 30.
I'm 26 now. I've also aged since the last fucking podcast.
Wow, like so many of us are outside of the age of 25. Like past the age of 25.
It's just you and I, Leslie.
21.
24.
21? I feel like a fucking, like, improv pedo.
21 and 3/4.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm enticed by the
Closer
70
to 22 at that point.
I'm enticed by the 75 cents she's offered me. All right, so why are we killing you, Luke?
Because I'm a podcaster and I deserve it.
What is the appropriate method then for a podcaster? Because like
What's
sometimes
the-
it's like
what's the most
drawn and
cruel?
quartered. Sometimes it's like guillotine or
What-
guillotine if you're French.
What's the most cruel? Probably gas chamber, right?
Canceling.
Canceled in a gas chamber. Oh, that would be great if it's like a very solemn day. Dead man Okay, can we set the scene?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you hear clanking of chains.
In a dungeon?
No, we're going to the execution chamber.
Oh, okay.
It's
No, I like that.
dirt
Daryl's
road.
playing a guy that doesn't know where he is.
Daryl's in a dungeon looking through the like iron bars onto the scene, the dirt road.
And he's just figured out where he is, like, in a dungeon?
All right.
He had a wild night.
Dead man walking. Dead man walking.
This is the sound of chains.
Luke,
Yes.
you have been charged with the identity of podcaster. You will be sentenced to 1 canceling. We will do this by taking over your Twitter account and tweeting 1 slur.
Like from the Lorax movie?
Yes.
Off with his head!
Boo.
Who's booing the fucking execution while they're in the execution? Well, I guess we're not.
Make it harsher!
More blood.
Why are you encouraging it?
And scene.
I'm in a dungeon.
This is in the drunk tank.
Yeah. Yeah, tweets 1 slur and you get canceled and you die.
What's a slur?
What's a slur?
No, what
By
is
the way,
the
there's a
slur?
character named the One Slur from the fucking Lorax.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Now I get
I
it.
thought there
Sick
was a
reference, bro.
I thought there
Apparently
was a,
not.
I thought there was a slur in the Lorax that just kind of went by, and I was like, "Oh, not surprised," but I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're fucking introducing Aloysius O'Hare. I'm going with the movie version, sorry. They're introducing Aloysius O'Hare, and on the blimp there's just like a racial slur written in big red letters.
But because nobody says it, they can't pin it on anybody. It's
Yeah.
just the writing.
It's crazy how different the movie is from the book. I just saw that movie recently, The Lorax.
Yeah.
Like crazy different than the book that I'm used to growing up to.
It's like a musical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with the artistic license to change it and add another antagonist. Trouble is, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, Daryl. I feel like the message, which was super clear in the original, got muddled a bit.
Yeah, it got muddled in Song and Dance.
It is now. I'll defend it, saying it is very hard to do a song and dance book.
It's true. Would it be like a pop-up book?
Yeah,
Like,
it'd be one of those
little,
ones with the like little
like a Christmas card.
yeah,
And
and
like the Zoink Scoop.
yeah, and like it runs out of batteries, so it's like
Those things are so sad when they run out of batteries.
dude, I fucking my uncle once had no joke of a lie, like a Barbie doll out of what's that one woman who like was
Ann
really
Coulter.
famous. Thank you, Ann Coulter. Genuinely, Ann Coulter.
A Barbie doll of Ann Coulter?
Yes, and it
I
had
pulled that out of my ass.
and it had like lines that talked and stuff like that. No, genuinely, you were correct. That scared the fuck out of me that you
There's
knew
like,
me.
what, 4 billion women on the planet, and you're like, Ann Coulter!
I think is it because you knew my uncle was a Republican?
No, I was just thinking about Ann Coulter the other day, and you said some woman, and I'm like, what would be a funny reference?
Dude, that's scary because I was gonna be like the woman who's a Republican, and I figured no one would get it. Thank you for getting it before I even finished saying the word woman. You scare me.
So wasn't it like you pull the cord and it would say a line?
You touch a button.
Oh, okay,
Is it in a
okay.
boob?
But no. And the greatest part about all of it was that the batteries started running out, so it was like whenever you pushed Ann Coulter's buttons, which is much like her in real life.
Started melting.
Yeah, like the Wicked Witch of the East.
My favorite toy I had as a kid was 2 Barbie dolls. I don't know if anyone knows the Barbie movie Princess and the Pauper.
Is it based on the
Silence from everyone I see.
Is it based on the story, The Princess and the Pauper?
It is, but instead they're 2 princesses
It would
who
be
don't.
Prince in the Pauper or Princess in the Pea, wouldn't it?
You know what? You're right.
Go on, Leslie.
Anyway, but they sang a duet in the song, and so the Barbie dolls that were released, they each sing parts of the duet, and if you have both of them and press the buttons at the same time, they sing the duet together.
So much can go wrong with
So cool.
it. It can
So
teach you a
one
lot
starts
about...
losing battery and it's like, da-da-da.
Yeah, or like you push them out of sync. It teaches kids a lot of valuable lessons about being bad.
You said something about canceling earlier. Do you mind if I, like, expand on that?
Do it.
Because I don't want to be another group of white men podcasters that complain about canceling while they're reaching out to a fucking, like, following. Even
Yeah,
if
that
our
sucks.
following is, like, 10 people.
Sucks.
I just want to say for the record that I don't believe conventionally that canceling is a thing.
Yeah.
Because the only people that any of us probably could think of who adequately got, like, he canceled, provably did sexual assault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a comedian that provably did sexual assault and still got bookings up till like a pivotal point in their career. And the scary thing is I could be talking about multiple people right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, I mean, this is speaking from limited knowledge on the topic, but
Yeah.
most of the time, like, yeah, like, if you get canceled permanently, it's probably due to a crime. If you get
That's
like,
also
your
not
show
canceling. That's getting arrested.
No,
Yeah.
and not being allowed to like go like.
a crime that like
That's
is
being
in
canceled by
process
the law.
of being like proven or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Again, I think that goes beyond cancellation. If you're like getting tried for a crime and you actually did kill people, like no one said like O.J. Simpson's getting canceled.
he'll never play football again.
He wrote a book called If I Did It.
Yeah.
I learned that the other
Yeah,
day.
he giggles and stuff when he talks about it. It's
Did you?
so
I
crazy.
think I'm trying to remember the full story. I think like
nuts.
her family got rights to the book or something, and they changed the way the title was looked. So it was if in really small, and then I did it really big. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I heard that story.
That's amazing if it is true. Anyway, yeah, fucking cancel. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking about like the canceling thing too with
what?
like entertainers is like so kind of wishy-washy to me because it's like their monetary like career stuff is about being liked.
Yeah.
And like it's it'd be one thing if you're like, oh, I'm going to cancel some of these like some like minor or something like that because they can't do their job. But it's like, oh, if you said that
A
like
miner who can't do their job?
like
Stakhanov?
Like in a mine.
like in a mine.
Yeah, no, that's...
like if you
Stakhanov was a miner, fuck ass. Don't take my own joke away from me.
yeah, but like, if you're like, if it's different than like, oh, Roseanne Barr said that thing about that one congresswoman. I don't like her anymore.
Yeah.
it's like I don't like you. I'm sorry that loses you
But
money.
Roseanne Barr said something like
horribly racist.
Like, obviously racist.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She said a slur, basically.
She compared her to a monkey.
And she kept
Oh,
on
no.
going with
Yes,
it.
really
And she
bad.
kept on going with it, too. She's like, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, she
Right?
I'm
doubled
standing by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, all those canceled people have fucking careers in like Turning Point USA and like PragerU. And
They're
shit
fine.
Like that. Yeah,
they're fine.
They're doing
also,
great.
like, if I ever become a successful entertainer, that's a big fat if, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're talking, like, O.J. Simpson if I become famous. And, like, and there's a huge part of my following that goes against me and tells me on Twitter, like, you're a bad person, stop writing, even, like, to the extent of, like, kill yourself or something like that.
Yeah.
I probably did something of enough magnitude to warrant it.
And like think about it.
Yeah.
Like, why do I make these people feel this way?
I also feel like if you did restitutions to the extent where, like, you understand what you did was wrong and you try to make reparations for that, then, like, a large portion of your audience will forgive you. Matthew Broderick killed someone, and he, like, lamented over it for years, and, like, fucking, like, spoke about, like, the importance of fucking, like, driving laws and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, like, no one gives a shit, because it was just a thing he did on accident, granted that he was careless about, but he's learned his lesson from.
Yeah.
That's a little different, isn't it? Like, he did that before he got famous.
Did he? I thought he went to Ireland after, like, this was at least post-Inspector Gadget.
Holy shit.
Wait, are you telling me Inspector Gadget killed a man?
Go Gadget!
Go Gadget.
Go Gadget oil slick! Oh no!
My car.
It's all...
The guy, the glove with the cat is like, yes.
Do you think like he did it in the exact way that the opening to Inspector Gadget the movie turned out? Because that began with like him doing something and accidentally dropping a bowling ball on someone in their car.
I remember that
Maybe
movie
he got
so
canceled
well.
for it because, like, Inspector Gadget 2 didn't star Matthew Broderick. That was, like, the one change. Everyone else was cast in the exact same roles.
Like, you're not welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, they also replaced him with a guy that actually accurately did the fucking, like, the TV Inspector Gadget's voice.
Mm-hmm.
So in the TV Inspector Gadget was like, always on duty. You know, it sounds like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Matthew Broderick comes in, he's like, oh gosh. Brenda. And then, like, they replaced him again, and it's like, always on duty, I'm Inspector Gadget. And
Oh
it's like,
gosh, Brenda.
I was so torn watching Inspector Gadget 2, because I watched it for the first time last year, and fucking, I was like, this is more accurate to the TV show, but I want Matthew Broderick back.
Yeah. I remember that movie so well. It has such a particular feeling. I remember, and the year it came out, I watched it at my daycare, and I remember that movie, the electric slide playing on the computer with the Windows Media Player visualizer
Oh,
going,
no.
the line that goes like
Yeah.
it jiggles
Perfect
around.
childhood moment.
Yes.
Wait,
I
are
love
you
it.
talking about the first Inspector Gadget or the second one?
The first one, and I remember eating Ritz crackers with cheese.
Hold on.
It sounds like such a good time.
When it came out? You're like 2 years younger than me, and I thought it like came out like when I was extremely itty. But I can't look it up because it went over.
Maybe I remember watching it at the person's house, so it's definitely on DVD or VHS. By
VHS.
Probably VHS, yeah.
You were very firm on that one.
I had a VHS copy of it.
Yeah, I don't think it even released on DVD. Disney took one look at it and just went, nah.
We'll wait till we can stream it.
Oh my god, does Disney have the rights to Inspector Gadget? They should do something more with that.
They should do a Criterion
Collection.
Yeah, they should do a Criterion collection with Inspector Gadget.
That'd be cool. They shouldn't do a new movie. They should just put John Cryer in it. They should make.
Why?
He looks kind of like Matthew Broderick.
I guess. Yeah.
They should make Charlie Sheen the villain. Just like make it really like
2.5 men.
it's 2.5 men. Yeah. John Cryer can be the 1.5 because he's Inspector Gadget. He's more than one
more than
whole
one.
man. Yeah.
Or is he only half a man because he's part machine?
Well, that's morbid.
Well,
if you were-
machines-
okay.
This is RoboCop.
You know what, Drew? Hypothetical.
Is
Drew,
Inspector
hypothetical.
Gadget just RoboCop, but like not a villain?
No, he doesn't shoot people in the dick.
Yeah, so he's not a villain.
I don't know. That makes him pretty heroic to me.
Did RoboCop shoot somebody in the dick?
Oh yeah, he famously shot like 2 guys. No, only one in the dick. Yeah, did he shoot both of them in the dick?
I think it was just the one guy, man.
Yeah, he shot him in the dick.
Yeah.
But twice.
One's
I
not enough.
distinctly
Creep.
remember 2 bullets.
That almost makes Inspector Gadget look bad because RoboCop's supposed to be like a satire of like fascist police culture. and like Inspector Gadget makes it look pretty cool. Pretty fun.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yeah.
He's not competent enough to be a fascist.
Well, a lot of fascists are pretty incompetent.
Yeah, but he's too incompetent to be a fascist. I stand by my phrasing.
That's pretty bad.
He
pretty
tried
dumb.
to take down a big guy in a big corporation, had quite literally guns and rockets in his arms that they showed in the opening credits, and he never used them.
That's true.
No, wait, maybe the clone had guns and rockets.
Which movie are we talking about?
Inspector Gadget.
We still we haven't left. All right,
No, we switched to
hypothetical.
RoboCop. What's up?
Hypothetical. You wake up tomorrow, right?
Okay.
You hear like the fucking like background music start to swell, like boom, 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 boom.
That
Boom.
would freak me out.
Boom,
Without
boom,
anything else happening.
Boom, 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 boom. And you know something's up, right? You look around. You're in a fucking hospital room, right?
no.
Your head hurts. You try to get out of bed, but you like go down on the ground.
But what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
I try to like go on the ground.
Yeah, you feel weird.
Because like the only scene I actually remember from the movie, doesn't he have like scissors in his hands and shit?
That's Edward
That's
Scissorhands.
Completely different movie. Yes.
He does have filaments in his hands, yes, but that was way too good to pass up.
Doesn't he wake up on a bench and he's like, life is like a box of chocolates?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. And then he's
Later in the
Vietnam.
movie, I think.
Yeah, and he meets JFK.
Now, come on.
So what do you do?
You're
Yeah.
still in this.
Well, all right. I mean, like I'm hearing the music, so I'm gonna look around for some sort of stereo system, see what's playing the music.
I mean, there's all sorts of like medical instruments and fucking like expensive looking computers around you. You have no idea what any of this means.
Could just be in your head.
am I
just
like
be your
in a
life.
white room?
It's the universe.
It's whitish. I mean, there's like again, it's as white as like a surgery room would look.
But it's a normal hospital room too. Like it's
Yeah,
not just a
Like it
But
doesn't look like
it's
some
just with
top
big-ass
secret,
computers.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
It feels like you were like the president of the United States and they had to save you. That's how expensive all the
damn.
machinery around
I
you
feel
looks.
so special. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
try to like move, see if I have anything like sticking out of me, like little like tubes and stuff.
All right, cool. So you look at your fingers in that iconic scene, and all you see are dildos.
Oh no!
What do you do?
Like, can I move them?
Someone bursts into the room and goes, "Inspector Gadget, there you are. There's a crime afoot." Okay.
What is this shit?
And they look and they're like, "You're Inspector Gadget, sir. Do you not know about the Gadget program?" A montage happens and fucking like that redheaded chick tells you like, "Oh, this was my father's dream or some shit."
Oh, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, he died in the first act.
Oh no.
He tried to defend the foot. What a dumb movie Inspector Gadget was.
Yeah.
I just realized like so many heavy lines of dialogue were like, "Where's the foot?" It's just a robotic foot, dude.
Aren't the foot like the bad guys from Ninja Turtles?
There is a bad guy called the Foot, I
It's
think.
like the Foot Clan or something, right?
Possibly. That has nothing to do with
Bad
Inspector
guy
Gadget.
ninjas.
You're talking about Shredder? Like Shredder's clan?
No, well, I think Shredder's Clan is a Foot Clan, isn't it?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Then yes.
You guys have lost me. I'm not into TMNT lore.
Oh, that's true.
All I'm
Hey-
thinking about is the thumb dudes from Spy Kids.
Oh, I love that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
We have
They're
jumped
so
from franchise
dumb.
to franchise. They're so thumb.
Yeah. I watched that the other day. It's bad.
Is it?
Yeah. The one thing I remember from that movie is the fucking microwave that makes you a big bang.
McDonald's.
I'm like, I want
As soon
it.
as you said the one thing, I was like, "You better bring up the product placement."
Yeah, and fucking what's it? Cheech Marin's in it, and that's so funny,
Dude, as soon as fucking like they built up Uncle Felix and they're like, "Uncle Felix," and he's like, "Hey, todos!" I fucking loved that scene.
Yeah,
I was hoping that Tommy Chong would play the villain.
that'd be so good. He runs the island.
Yeah, he's Floop or something like that, yeah. Although, whoever they got to play Fagin Floop, yeah, that's
Alan
right, his
Cumming?
fucking name is fucking Fagin.
Alan Cumming.
That's funny. What is Alan Cumming famous for? You can't know him as Floop.
I know he was in Eyes Wide Shut. He's like a character.
What was he in Eyes Wide Shut?
He has a small part in Eyes Wide Shut. He's like a.
That's what you know him from?
Yeah,
a
'cause
small
he was
part
a-
in Kubrick's shittiest movie, and that's impressive?
No, it's the famous thing because like that's why people think that Kubrick was
of the
like
movie stuff over
the
there.
point that he would Alan Cumming is like famously openly gay.
Alan Cumming
And
is
his performance in that scene with Tom Cruise is very like wink wink nudge nudge, and the theory is that Stanley Kubrick is like making fun of Tom Cruise for being a closet case. Like, That's Stanley Kubrick is very subtly like being like,
Yeah.
wink, Tommy.
Kubrick's a piece of shit.
What?
I don't like
He's a
Kubrick.
great director.
No, he's not. He's a very average director that made a few technological stark improvements, but in terms of telling a narrative, he is below average at best.
I don't know director names. What did he direct?
All right, you ready for this? I can name
likes-
every movie he's made after and including Paths of Glory.
Speed round.
Paths of Glory, Spartacus, Lolita, Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, The Shining, Eyes Wide Shut, and the beginning of AI and a scrap movie about Napoleon.
Yep.
Oh, and Full Metal Jacket.
A Full Metal Jacket.
I'm sorry, I forgot that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. He made a lot of movies before then, but he was very, like, a typical Hollywood director.
Paths of Glory, more like Paths of Snorri, because I was fucking snoring through the whole thing because I was asleep.
Well, I think it's because his directing style was like 60s and 70s. It's very long. It's very long-winded. Of course, it doesn't match up to today's standard of like, oh, a movie's over an hour and a half? Boring.
Fucking Eyes Wide Shut was made in the 90s.
You got such
Yeah,
a
it's like
short attention
1997.
span.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, I just mean like most of his movies were made a long time ago. And,
But
like,
I'll-
the standard.
Or at least in the style of a lot.
But also, I don't know if that's a good comparison because there's a lot of 70s movies that have that, like, a pretty fast pace. Like Scorsese, for example, is like fucking, like, I can't keep up with his movies a lot of the time.
Fucking All About Eve was made in the 50s, and it was... The better a movie is, I find, in older times, the less of a time gap there is.
Yeah.
Like, people say that, oh, Citizen Kane still holds up, because, like, it's surprising how, like, contemporary it feels.
I actually just watched Magnificent Ambersons, his second one, and that it feels like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it fucking rolls. Like,
Kubrick's movies feel old because he's boring.
yeah, whereas Citizen Kane and Magnificent Ambersons is full, like, the story,
Yeah.
like, fucking rolls like a train.
Not to mention, Spartacus was probably the movie of his that felt most, like, authentically in the 60s, 70s. And, like, it was an okay movie for that, but then he started trying to, like, do different things. The thing I don't get the most is that he made Lolita, right?
Yeah, he didn't get it.
No, he did. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
Because, like, the original Lolita is all about, like, how it's being told from the POV of, like, a pedophile who's denying that he's a pedophile. And it's like, she made me do it.
Yeah.
And, like, Kubrick, I think, read it and went, he's so right.
Yeah, no, but like the whole fucking prologue of that book is like, do not trust this guy. He's very charming.
Yeah.
Like, and he thinks he's very good.
And the tone of Lolita pinballs back and forth between three themes. Like the first theme is beware this little girl. She's a siren and she's trying to seduce any old man, which is like a really dodgy thing to say in a movie. Number two, is this guy really a bad guy for doing all these things he did? And number three, fine, he's bad, but Peter Sellers' character is worse. And like, it was very uncomfortable watching that movie. And not in the way that Lolita should be.
I hate to promote another podcast, a way more popular podcast, but the Lolita podcast.
Why would you hate that? They work hard.
Yeah, that's true. Jamie Loftus did a mini-series podcast, like, really well-researched about, like, the story of Lolita and its adaptations, and, like, pretty much every adaptation doesn't get it. Like, they all do that. They all.
Well, to be fair, I think, weirdly, I don't know how I can explain this. I feel like Lolita is something that would work in a book form, but as it's written, wouldn't really work in a movie form.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
Because you'd need to show that this, like the sympathetic, or the faux sympathetic side that Nabokov wrote, it was Nabokov, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it was like, yeah, this person totally, you can see why this person likes this kid. You don't condone it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's pretty explicit, like, oh, we have an intimate picture of a person who's not a good person.
All right. That's 5 episodes we talked about pedophilia.
I'll put that on my list of movies that you two talk about that I'll never watch.
Please don't. No, genuinely. If you're listening to this and you're like, you consider yourself a film like connoisseur, you can skip Lolita. I don't give a shit if Kubrick made it. Kubrick is a hack, and the only things he did were technological. I will defend that till I die. He made leaps and leaps, to Daryl's credit of his side, he made leaps and leaps of credit in terms of like how we like view making films. And he said himself, I don't care about making fun movies. I want to change the narrative or change the medium. He said that.
Yeah.
But that is so very apparent when you view his movies in the context of that quote.
Yeah.
Because narratively, all but like Doctor Strangelove
Yeah.
are really difficult to get through at this point. Maybe Full Metal Jacket. I don't even like The Shining. Everyone loves The Shining. I hate The Shining.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
not
The
fun.
Shining?
I think the pacing of The Shining sucks.
Yeah, thank you.
Like the three big movies I know, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange, and The Shining, they all suffer from that.
Yeah.
And so, like, for me, like, I took it as like, oh, that's his thing.
Yeah.
That's like, he's
He likes being
experimental.
boring.
He's experimental. Well, he has a lot of experimental shots too.
Yeah.
A lot of long shots, a lot of wide shots, things that you normally wouldn't see in film. So it's novel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, like, whatever, right? It's a lot less experimental to put a movie out into the theaters now. Like, it's got to be a certain way, otherwise it's not going to make money.
Yeah.
I think they were
We
more
need a
willing
new
to take
Stanley
chances.
Kubrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read
Do not. We don't need another boring hat. Yeah, okay.
I read Clockwork Orange in high school, and we did like in the curriculum, and that really disappointed me in terms of Stanley Kubrick, the adaptation.
He didn't
'cause
write
of-
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's what I mean. Like
was shit, I
the adaptation, because first of all, it's less fucked up. It's and it's less like narratively strong.
You can understand that it's less fucked up.
Yes, but it's not.
It's a film in the 70s that still got banned for how fucked up it was.
yeah. No, but when you read the book and you like talk about it in class, you're like, oh, it doesn't hit you as hard. And part of the like
You read
message-
Clockwork Orange in high school? That just
In
clicked.
class.
That
In
has
class.
like
Yeah.
a lot of like rape and murder and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then he like that threesome that he has in the movie is supposed to be like 11-year-old kids.
All right, checking that off again.
Don't watch it. Watch The Magnificent Ambersons instead.
How did your teacher justify? Like, what grade were you in?
Grade 12, I think.
That's better than none, I suppose.
And the AP people read fucking Handmaid's Tale and they were bored as shit, and I was so happy. They were so bored.
I'm far be it from me to encourage like the banning of books or anything like that, but I'm just surprised that that level of like is compulsory. Like, surely there were some people that raised a stink in your class. I'd get
Not the
uncomfortable.
students.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd get uncomfortable reading about like that sort of stuff in grade 12.
We
Compulsorily.
we had really good like class discussions about like morality through that book. Like she said, like, is it better to like choose to be bad and be forced to be good? And that was an entire period of class. We just talked about it. She was a great teacher.
I like
right.
those kinds of English classes. It's fun.
You know, maybe it could have been mitigated well if the teacher handled it well, perhaps. I had to read Khalid Hosseini's 1,000 Splendid Suns in grade 12, and that was wonderful. It's harrowing, but it was wonderful. Has anyone else read it?
I had a friend who read it because we got to choose from like a list of books to have as our reading for grade 12. Yeah.
I also
Said it was really good.
I also like it because our teacher just sort of went like, so every year we've read a story written by a white person. Let's read Khalid Hosseini. Fuck you. And that was kind of nice. Because it was like genuinely about, oh boy, I don't remember which country, but I remember that there was like, it was about a woman who was originally married to a guy that spoke Pashto, so I assume it was Afghanistan.
Okay, I believe you.
Pashto?
I believe you.
I thought it was Arabic.
That's a different language.
Maybe it might be a minority language.
I thought they spoke Arabic. What do I
could
know?
be a
Oh, in
minor-
Afghanistan?
Yeah.
I just, like, they spoke Pashto, what area would that be is what I'm asking. Okay, cool. Sorry, dude.
Thank you, Daredevil.
Pashto might be a minority language in Iran, perhaps, because I think there was a mention of Persian as well.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. Read the book. Read 1,000 Splendid Suns. It's been like it's been half a decade since I read it. It's good.
Read A Clockwork Orange. It's fucked up, man. It's great. And it has a
Great.
different ending, too.
See that? We talk about books, too.
Not just
See
movie.
that? See that? See that?
I see it.
Do you see
I'm
it?
looking at it right now.
See that?
See it. Look at it.
I am.
I'm out of topics. Someone else go.
Magnificent Ambersons was really good. That was so. I watched that this
Back
morning.
to the movies.
Remember when
No.
I said a new topic?
Yeah. But one thing I want to bring up in terms of fucked up relationships, I've never seen a dynamic in a movie before. This is 1942.
How?
No, a movie. I've never seen a movie.
See it.
I've never seen.
You're on fire today, Drew.
I've never seen this relationship depicted in a movie before. The movie is premised on two like rich kid rivals, and one of them starts dating the other guy's mom. And I'm like,
Get fucked.
it's
Okay, so
1942.
that's very specific.
This movie is
Oh,
made.
damn.
And I'm like, I've never seen that dynamic. Like that's so like
Especially in
that's
that
a
setting,
childhood insult being like, I fucked your mom.
To an extent, The Graduate.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
But was The Graduate
I've never seen The
1942
It's a little bit later.
It was still like 60s, yeah.
Yeah, 60s. Yeah.
different?
But it's based
like a
on
whole ass
a
war.
novel from
There
the
was
20s.
nudity in that movie.
In The
There was a
Graduate?
flash of nudity.
Oh
believe it.
yeah,
A
some
flash.
tits.
I remember.
Some
I
tit.
paused it.
Some tit. Yeah, they got some
Honestly,
tit,
fair.
right?
I feel like in 60s movies, you're not as shocked as if there's nudity in like contemporary movies.
Yeah.
Like if there's like a boob in James Bond, you're like, "Ah!" But like in The Graduate, you're just like, you see like the slip as she puts the bra on, and you're like, it was the 60s.
No, she
Yeah,
like
like-
takes off her gown in front of him, and you see like full frontal, like bush and everything.
Wow.
Like a hairy
How do you
60s
access
bush.
What? Sorry. What's the
sleeping
movie
with a
called
woman.
again?
Streaming service.
It's really, it's like it is such a flash. Like you really have to.
I mean, literally, she flashed him.
You really have to go back and pause 7 times on Daryl Dean.
I'm
to
not
wear
saying
the
that I did
VHS.
that.
You just said that you
But I
did
did.
that. You said that you paused.
I did pause. Once.
I like the idea of you being in a movie theater when that happens and just going. Everybody's like, "What?"
Dude, if I'm ever in a movie theater and there's nudity on screen,
You have to.
oh my god, there was this one time when I was watching, I don't like Marvel movies, but my friend James dragged my friend Ani and myself to see the Avengers Age of Ultron. Oh! This was before you had to book...
orgasming over there.
No, not.
Oh.
Reverse orgasm.
Yeah.
This is the
Sucked it back in.
Yeah.
His penis becomes a vacuum cleaner.
That'd be so useful.
Yeah. I think I might be pregnant. I know what to do.
Well, also like,
Suck the unborn fetus out.
Not the fetus, you jackass. The fucking like sperm.
The
But if she
spermies.
thinks, okay, never mind.
The
Never
like,
mind.
She
Go
thinks she
ahead.
might
That's what I
get
thought.
pregnant. She
Okay.
thinks she might get pregnant after you
gotcha.
just came inside her. Anyway, it's weird.
follow
We used
the
to talk
timeline.
about sex all the time on this podcast. Now it almost seems like a faux pas.
Yeah, what are we fucking prudes?
Yeah. Anyway, I was fucking this chick. Anyway, I was at Avengers: Age of Ultron. This was before you had to like select your seat up front. So we just showed up and we were like, what seats are available? And this was day fucking 1, so the front seats only. So everyone looked like a fucking potato person. Like everyone had like a deformed face, and it was really weird just seeing like the weird faces of like Captain America and stuff like that in really serious scenes. And all I remember was like we had the most obnoxious like it's all connected man crowd. Like I remember there was this one tense scene where someone hands someone a floppy disk. It's Age of Ultron, come on. And it says like Friday on it or something like that, which I assume means a lot because it's like tied
Yeah.
into other movies. or
Marvel
something.
fans are.
Yeah.
some comic book nerd in the background.
Yeah,
like,
no. You got it. That's
the thing.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. It was just a tense scene. The music is swelling, and you just see Friday on the screen, and you just heard someone from the back of the theater go, "Friday!" Just someone just going, "It's Friday!"
Oh my god.
And like I did this quietly enough so I didn't disturb the entire theater, but I just like whipped around and went, "Really is it? I didn't see it."
Yeah.
That was my fucking limit.
One of the things that my partner and I do that because we have pretty little.
Fuck.
Sometimes. We
That's
have
one of the things. We've narrowed it down.
we have very little overlap in terms of like media taste, and
Yeah.
one of the things we like to do is watch like bad comic book movies and make fun of them. And we watched Age of Ultron, and we were pissed because there's like so much like that's like we just had full discussions being like that was a stupid choice. It could have been way more effective if you did that. Why did you make the villain so like scary and then make him do wisecracks? Why does he have a mouth?
Do you remember when
He's a robot.
Do you remember when someone lightly swore and Iron Man said, "Hey, watch your language"? Because Iron Man sometimes swears too.
Oh my
Captain
god.
It's
Joss
bad. I was about to say it's. I don't think it was it written by Joss Whedon. I know it was inspired by him in a lot of senses.
His fingerprints are all over it.
Yeah, he's got this weird sense of sarcasm. I used to like it when I watched Firefly, and admittedly, Firefly is probably one of the best examples of his writing. But
Don't you hate Firefly?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I still, to an extent, enjoy the banter. However, I think this was Zero Punctuation who said this in an interview once, which totally ruined it for me. He said, take any one line that any one character says. Any of Joss Whedon's characters could say that, and it would be fully in character.
Yeah.
And with one or two very scant exceptions, he's totally right, and that ruined the writing process, the listening process for me.
So it's
because
almost like the dialogue was made and then they put the characters in.
Basically, he only knows how to write one tone of voice, so he just wrote that for every single character.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. I
Yeah,
still like the show. I don't give a fuck.
it's like-
it's
By all
funny.
means,
It's like that
the
Tarantino...
cinematographer of Firefly, whoever they are, they deserve a fucking medal. I think they deserve cred.
Yeah. Well, it's
Street
like the,
cred.
It's like the Tarantino, like, his Girl Friday thing, like, everyone sounds like the writer. Like, it's like, yeah. Alright, cool. Anyway, tennis.
I want to fucking... Do you actually have a topic?
No, but
Okay.
we're talking about movies a lot.
Well, I just wanted to say, this branches off of movies, don't worry.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
look at me really seriously.
No, I'm interested.
The one thing that I aspire to do when I write is to write characters that sound different from one another.
Yeah.
You've read things I've sent you, so you can tell me if I'm full of shit or not.
No, your characters sound distinct.
Yeah.
I think you're full of shit anyways.
Honestly, that's
I haven't
fair.
even read it.
You have years of podcasting with me to back you up on that assertion.
I had a weird experience. It's not technically writing, because, like, it's D&D, so you're not writing anything.
Oh, did you come?
Not at the table. When I got home.
I had a weird experience.
Is that why DMs put up that barrier?
Yeah.
It's like a splash zone screen.
You come, roll for damage. 10, you gave gallons of cum. 1, it's
Gallons.
a drop.
There are systems for that. It's not D&D, but there are game systems for that.
For gallons of cum?
Yeah, there's like a furry game where it's like a role playing, it's like an RPG, like a tabletop RPG, and there's like stats for like anal diameter and like dick size per type of animal.
So that's for just
And-
people that want to deny that they're just getting horny playing it, yeah?
I mean, maybe. Or they want a little bit something more.
I won't lie. When I go on Steam and stuff like that, and I'm just sort of like humdy-dumdy-dum, I won't omit games that have sexual content in them. But I don't want you should get horny to this to be the only thing,
the
you
like
know?
tagline underneath.
Yeah, there's a lot
This
of...
game will make you come in 5 seconds.
Dude, as soon as the floodgates opened, there was so much porn stuff on Steam, which kind of sucks because I don't want to be a prude and I just want to go like, if this game is interesting, I'll add it to my wish list, which has led to a friend of mine straight up confronting me on Facebook messages going, so, have you seen your Steam wish list lately? And I was like, yeah, I add everything on that interests me. And he's like, no, did you see it? And like one of the
like percentages.
one of the games radically changed its tune, and apparently it was about a lot of like race play and shit like that, and like a lot of stuff that you would not be proud putting on your wish list. And he was like, the guy that fucking like confronted me, he's Asian, and there was a lot of like Asian degradation.
Oh no!
And I was like, up front, this is the most awkward discussion I've ever had in my life, but I swear to God, they changed the game.
This was a patch. This was an expansion.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Remember that game you had on your wish list and I bought it for you and then you were upset at me and said stop buying me stuff like this?
Was it on my wish list? I remember I hated it, yeah. Yeah, no, it sucked, and it was bad, and it turned out to be a meme game that was like, ha ha ha, what if hentai girl with gun? And it wasn't fun,
game.
it wasn't funny, yeah, that was the punchline, by the way, that wasn't the
sexual.
No.
She had boobs, but you couldn't see because it was like a first person.
Fucking, all women have boobs, that doesn't mean they're sexual.
No.
Daryl has the stage, go ahead.
Maybe they just have nipples.
Some women don't have boob.
Alright, sustained, cool.
Technically true.
I feel like all people have, I have boobs, I don't want to, but
It depends on
what
what
if
you
you have a-
define as boobs.
What if you're post-mastectomy?
well then you can't have mids. What's a vasectomy again?
When they cut off your boobs
Right, okay.
for cancer.
Sorry, I only thought of vasectomy, and
for
I thought you were saying it weird, which is why I yes-anded that. You know what's weird? Going back to the graduate thing, I cannot get
Let's talk about movies again.
I cannot get horny.
Whoa.
Period. I cannot get horny to things that clearly are in the context of larger things that shouldn't make me horny, which is another reason why I like Steam games with sexual content in them. Because I'm not like, gotta jack off! Like, fucking, like, as soon as I see boobs or something like that in the game. So, similar to that, in The Graduate, I remember being actually disturbed by The Graduate. Mainly because, like, I've... Redacted. But, the themes of The Graduate kind of disturbed me. And there have just been situations where I'm just sort of like, this is mildly uncomfortable, and there's like a sexual like element to it. And honestly, that's almost kind of appealing, because I feel like so many movie directors, when they include nudity and sexuality, they're too afraid to show it as anything but this is the object of your desire. And I think it's a talent of a movie producer when they make something sexual, and its sole purpose is to like unnerve you, but not in a way where it's like, again, I cite Kubrick, not in a way where it's like, isn't this freaky? Eyes wide shut, baby. It's over egging the pudding.
That's also like, that's a very funny like movie reference to like to talk about like sexual depravity and perversion, because if you look at the movie, it's like women are going down on each other. Look how perverse it is.
Yeah.
Like it's weird and culty, but like that's like
That's
girl
my-
on girl stuff.
Yeah, that's my daily
Ooh.
life.
Yeah,
every
buddy.
single fucking day.
What's your daily life?
Girls going down on each other.
Oh, hell yeah.
Where
I
do
will
you
not
come in?
elaborate. Yeah,
Where do you come in?
I just said I won't elaborate.
Okay. No
Just know
comment.
that it's my daily life.
He's looking through binoculars.
Just wanted to let that hang.
Yeah.
We've got two beanie lovers, by the way. Two people at this table are wearing beanies.
Oh, mine's upstairs. I can wear mine too.
Why do we
did
have
you
so
get
many?
it?
Why do we have so many?
I have it.
We could have outnumbered
What
them.
the fuck? Does everyone like beanies except me?
This
in
is
the
my
wintertime?
Me?
First
You know, I
one.
used to never wear hats, but I cut my hair recently, so I was like,
Oh,
you
take the
went
beanie
bare?
off! Take the beanie off!
It.
Take the beanie off! Ugh.
Wow.
What the
Got a
looks-
little
it
bit
looks
of hat
good.
hair
Yeah,
for
it looks
sure.
good and clean.
It looks good, my man.
Yeah.
all right, thank you.
I'm liking the sides. Yeah.
yeah, now it really shows my grace.
You've got like a fade.
A high top fade?
Yeah.
Fade? Well, it's just normal. That's
This
my
is
hair.
just for us, by the way. Y'all can't see this.
Yeah. Do you know what a fade is? Do I know what a fade is? Actually,
I don't know if
I
you're
thought
saying the
I thought a
right thing.
fade is like when it's like close to shaven at the sides, and then at the top it's like untouched.
No, I think a fade is like an actual gradient of hair length.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's usually for
Fades
like
away.
very tight hair, for like hair that's like
You have
mostly
tight hair?
shaved.
Keeping
Is
it
it
tight,
tight?
Dara? You keeping it tight?
You said it shows off your grays. Where are your grays?
It's on the sides.
Huh.
Yeah, a couple.
Like it's near the beginning. It's classy though. You got classy grays.
Yeah, it's a nice gray.
Yeah, it's good.
good.
Daryl's
It's
gonna
like,
become
early
a
30s.
gray
It's like-
fox when he's older.
it's like you look like you know what you're doing, but can still do it.
Silver
just
fox.
for men.
Not gray. Silver fox.
Just a touch of gray. You know, I got my hair cut at the place I got it cut last time in St. Jacobs.
What?
Wow, with the
barber.
Mennonites?
Yeah, no, it's a woman. But,
Oh, well played.
Oh, it really got me.
but she apparently there's like
Drew is still laughing for those at home.
I don't know why that got me so bad.
but apparently there's like shampoo that accentuates your gray. So
Oh,
Yeah, tell us about it.
I don't know anything about
Thank you for telling us about
It
it.
kills your hair and makes it gray.
it. It just or like it makes it pop. I don't know. It like
Does your hair pop?
Popping
Yeah.
off.
Oh, he took it off again. This
Look,
is
it's popping! It's popping!
this is only
Mom,
a visual.
Dad, it's popping! Look! Wake up! It's Christmas! It's popping!
Mom, Dad, they hit the Pentagon. Mom, wake up! They hit the Pentagon. It's popping, Mom.
It's popping off!
the roof is popped.
Oh, that's very distasteful. Sorry.
It's so bad.
But they didn't hit the
Never
Pentagon. See there?
Yeah, they
like,
did.
They like, you know.
They did
They
hit
hit
the
the
Pentagon.
Pentagon.
They hit the Pentagon.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did.
When did this happen?
They hit the side of the
On
Pentagon.
9/11, genius. When did this happen? 3 days later.
You were there!
I was? Oh,
Yeah, I don't know your alibi.
That's true.
I was 11 at the time.
Yeah, in
Did I tell you?
Pennsylvania.
Did I tell you guys that my uncle was supposed to be at the World Trade Center the day of the fucking
I think so.
Really?
9/11?
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like a there was too much traffic cliche, but like a week before they canceled.
Did like Ann Coulter cancel on him or something?
he has
Nice.
a fucking like
Yeah, is this the same uncle?
Barbie doll. Yeah, it's the same uncle. He has a Barbie doll over here. He doesn't fucking like.
Go on coffee dates with her?
Yeah. He's also very disgusted with the new wave of conservatives, even though he's voted Republican all his life. I think Biden was the first person he voted, first Democrat he voted for.
He's like a never Trump guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
Yeah. Which I imagine is going to be a dying breed. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
No. Politics. Let me fucking, it's not like,
Politics,
I don't want to
movies.
alienate anybody, but it's like, whatever I have to say is not, new or interesting.
No,
it's just going to evolve into a circle jerk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have nothing new to that.
So why do you guys all like beanies?
Because you can suffocate people with them.
Okay, why does the rest of you like beanies?
They're good on bad hair days.
I have no
That is
such
true,
thing.
actually. That's like the classic.
I either have no bad hair days or all bad hair days.
I like the
Hey,
idea of
yo.
you wearing a beanie, but still having the headband underneath. So
I'd
when
look
you
like
take it
such a
off-
fucking stoner. Give it here, Malfoy.
You probably would look like a stoner.
Yeah.
I do think beanies look better with long hair. It looks pretty cool.
You think?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Well, because they like.
Hey,
poof out
hey,
of the
hey,
side
hey,
a
Let the
little bit.
headband poke out.
Why?
There you go.
No, cover it up so then when he takes
Yeah.
it off, you go, oh shit, there was something else the whole time.
Yeah.
Still a stoner without the hat.
That's the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. For those at home, imagine I look terrible. What do you guys think?
You look like a fucking snow bunny.
I was hoping you were gonna say you look terrible.
You look like Shaun White, like a snowboarder.
Yeah. All right.
I said snow bunny.
Yeah. I thought you were just saying you look like you do cocaine.
No, that's not what I meant.
Isn't Snow Bunny like a dating thing?
No, snow bunny's like
Like
Shaun White,
braids
like-
and the
It's like somebody.
helmet.
It's somebody who dates only snowboarders, like a putt
yeah.
buddy.
I thought that
Yeah.
Snow Bunny meant someone who habitually uses cocaine.
Maybe it does, but the snow bunny context that I'm using is like an upper middle class white woman who
Yeah,
loves
I've never
skiing.
heard that context.
Why am I such a fucking city slicker? Hold on, let me look. Sorry, I'm
give
gonna
me
turn
some
on
of
my
that
phone.
snow.
It's a powder crusher.
You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna look up whether I made this up
Yeah.
or not.
Like I thought, when I think of a snow bunny, it's like a blonde, young, upper middle class white woman who loves
Who does
skiing and
cocaine.
snowboarding. Maybe at parties.
In her free time or something, but
Maybe
when she's not, she's on the
feels like
slopes.
it.
I know for a fact the term puck bunny means it's like a term for somebody who sleeps with hockey players.
Yeah, it's like a very like
Interesting.
Letterkenny
What kind of
esque like,
upbringing
Canadian.
did you have, Daryl?
Etobicoke.
No, he's right.
No, I'm sure he is.
How dare you challenge Daryl?
I'm not challenging him. I'm saying because he was so confident about that, I want to know what your upbringing was like in relation to knowing that for a fact.
I don't know how to answer that. I never played hockey,
But you
Ever?
slept with them?
but I hung.
They call me a puck bunny.
I don't understand why until now.
I just thought it was because I was really fast.
I'm so fucking fast, all the chicks wanna fuck me.
Yeah.
I'm so fast on the ice.
I don't think the hockey players are called puck bunnies.
No, but he's like, I'm gonna get
All
all
the
the
chicks
puck
wanna
buddies.
fuck me,
All
yeah.
the chicks wanna fuck me because I'm so fast on the ice. And I take my gloves off anytime.
Oh.
Anyone who wants to fuck with me, I'll get them.
Oh no.
Get 'em.
Oh no.
Is it the thing that I thought it was?
So a snow bunny? No, I don't think any of us said this. And if they
I haven't
did,
said what I thought it was.
okay, what do you think it is?
The way I don't know how to word it. The way I heard
Well-
it was like a white woman who dates like non-white people. Basically.
You totally looked at
No, like that's literally.
Yeah, so that's what it is. A snow bunny is a rap and hip hop term for a white woman who almost exclusively dates black men.
Wow.
What does it mean if you're a man like Luke, who's the other way around?
I think there's a lot of homophobia in rap and hip hop culture, so they don't even have
No,
like, a
no,
term
no,
for that.
like a white man with a black woman.
Oh, Lost. I don't fucking know what the fucking rappers call it.
A thief.
Yeah. Married to a race trader. I don't fucking know.
Race trader?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
This is a Nazi hip hop guy?
Paul's doing his own popping off today.
He's like a reverse Nazi.
Paul's just coming out as a racist right now.
I mean, I do like black women much more than white women.
Oh, yeah.
Can I say is that racist, Daryl?
Ask Leslie.
I don't
that.
know.
She's the
I
white
think
woman
so.
here.
Okay.
Oh, I don't mind because I'm kind of like 1 foot in each, you know?
1 foot.
Well, not like...
Sorry, you can explain.
Oh, yeah.
Leslie, 1 foot.
Snowshoes.
That's why they're called snow bunnies.
Urban Dictionary snowshoes. The sexual act of putting 1 foot in 2 vaginas.
And walking with them.
Walking
Two vaginas? Yeah.
1 foot in each vagina.
One vagina per woman.
They
don't
Like
worry.
slippers.
They each just
Yeah,
like
like
crab walk and you just stand there.
You try to maintain your balance as you just like move like you're on a Segway, like the world's
Like
shittiest
arms
Segway.
crossed.
You're like Aladdin.
You bet you never had a friend like me.
I bet you anything that Snow Bunny, the reason I think it's like someone who does cocaine is that there's a lot of like cocaine in rapid hip hop culture, and probably a lot of the Snow Bunnies just did cocaine.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Probably. I think it's kind of weird how rural my upbringing is, because my friend Ethan last year went to my parents' place just to like visit, and he was floored, and I mean floored, more shocked than I've ever seen Ethan in his life that I wasn't raised urban. Because according to him, I'm the most city slicker person he's ever met in his life.
Really?
that's the internet, baby.
I mean, I guess you don't really strike me as like specifically rural, but you're not like heavily city slicker in my mind.
Yeah,
anyway.
same.
You know,
I
like-
actually agree with Ethan. I think that I totally give city slicker vibes.
I mean, maybe it's like your love for like technology and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, you're also not like you don't give out a vibe that's like, I don't like dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever you mention Super Ditch, you're like, yeah, it's a hill. But, you know, if you were from the country, you're like, Super Ditch? All right,
Yeah, maybe
bring
if I
my
was a
ATV.
maybe if I was a true local, I would have realized the true potential of fucking Super Ditch, which is like a dent in the ground next to a
like,
high school.
water.
Yeah, it just shows how fucking these bumpkins didn't have anything interesting during their fucking upbringing.
Are you sure you put out a city slicker vibe?
They're not people I grew up with. They went to a different high school. They went to, granted, my local high school, but I went to a different high school than that in the neighboring town.
The
And
city
it was
slicker high school.
it's like suburban at best.
Yeah. When you compare
urban-
rural to suburban, like
Yeah, but
a big difference there.
Ethan was convinced that I'm urban.
Yeah, super urban.
And to be honest, it's weird that he says that because my happiest moments in childhood were visiting Toronto, and when I lived in Waterloo, it was probably, in terms of, wasn't the happiest time of my life because a lot of other stuff was going on, you know. But in terms of like living places, it was the most comfortable I'd ever felt living in a place. The
Near
first place,
everything?
not the second place.
Yeah,
the second
not the
place
second
kind of
place.
sucks shit.
You sure?
But you also like had a lot of space there. But like you were also near everything, like you could just go to the corner store.
That was my favorite part. I could like walk, and within a minute, I was in the city.
Yeah.
That was so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of like growing up in a place where if you wanted to go to a mall or something, you had to drive to Ottawa. So like now that I'm just here and like food places are open past 6, it's like, oh
That's
my
big, yeah.
god.
yeah,
Fucking, like-
really is like that too.
Genuinely, either where I'm living currently right now, in the, I don't think it's bad to say because I'm going to university, in the Niagara region, or at my parents' place growing up, if you wanted to walk somewhere and not drive, and I never learned how to ride a bike, so that's out the window. If you wanted to walk somewhere and not
Got a
drive,
rollerblade.
you had to... City slicker. You had to walk for, at bare minimum, 30 minutes to reach any kind of, like, town type thing.
That's pretty
Yeah.
yikes. I was raised like deep in the suburbs, so like we had
Deep
like
in the suburbs.
yeah, like you had to walk probably
Deep in the suburbs.
deep in the heart of the Congo suburbs. You can hear the sound of it. Anyway,
Were you, like, in a cul-de-sac?
it was a crescent, so it was like the thermometer shaped street.
So, like a cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
The
dude.
thermometer shapes.
That's what we always called it.
I grew up on a crescent.
You know, the my thermometers
no,
are, like,
sorry, it was a
straight.
court. No, it was a
Yeah.
court. Crescents are the
Yeah,
crescents
crescents
the other
are
thing.
C's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it was a
They're the
court.
shape of a
it was a
croissant.
court.
Yeah, a thermometer-shaped street sounds like
You
something
made it up.
Yeah, well, it sounds like, oh, we have to say that because there's not a word for it yet. Like, I don't know, cul-de-sac.
I
But
don't
also,
know the
wait,
definition
wait.
of cul-de-sac. Call me out on it, why don't you?
Thermometers are straight things that fill with mercury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
A
he's talking about
thermometer
like
straight,
the,
Yeah,
shaped
I'm
straight
lucky
is
to
like
be
a
alive.
straight line.
yeah, but there's also the bubble on it, like you know how it's like rounded
There's
and
a
then with the
reservoir.
straight line. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Reservoir of mercury.
Oh, now
that's
I know
where
what you're
the
talking
mercury-
about.
that's where the
That's
P
so
is.
stupid.
What do you mean? It literally looks like a thermometer. What's confusing about that?
I'm gonna coin a new fucking term. Every time that like something happens that you blow my mind because you've reached a new low, I'm gonna call it droopid.
Why?
Because it's stupid and you said it.
The thing is I can talk.
Figure it out, genius.
I can talk, and I will never know what will throw you off or what you won't believe or whatever because I just
You didn't
believe
think
the
that-
things that I say,
you
and I
didn't
don't
think-
understand what's wrong and what's not wrong.
You didn't think that wiping your ass standing up would have set me off, is what you're saying right now?
No, that one I stand by because I changed for a reason. But like saying my street was shaped like a thermometer shouldn't be that confusing.
It's super. Who wasn't confused by that?
Yeah, I
I'll
thought
admit
that
I
was
never
weird.
heard it.
I thought that
Yeah.
was weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Fucking your Irish story where you kept adding information and like omitting like the important parts of like the beginning, middle, and end.
Because I had to keep retelling it, so I forgot what I had already said.
Yeah, I will stand by that. I have a hard time telling a story on this podcast because I get lost like this.
Oh yeah, it's our goal. I think the singular goal of this podcast is one person has to tell a story, everyone else gets to divert them.
Just derail it, yeah.
It's telling a story on hard mode. Daryl, tell us an interesting story.
Oh god.
Out of nowhere?
Yeah, man.
Improvise it.
Okay, sure. So,
That's so true.
True and real.
For those that can't see, Daryl is taking his nuts out. Okay, now he's putting them back. He seems embarrassed.
Got self-conscious. Tell a story, Dale.
Why are they graying? Anyway, go on.
my ball hair. Oh, okay.
No,
I thought
no,
you said
the-
my balls are gray.
Yeah, your balls
Because
themselves.
they're falling off.
Take that ring off, dude. You don't wear it
They're
through
falling.
the day.
Two more will grow in their place.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll be bigger than the last one.
It's molting.
Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Those are my kid balls, and these will be my, that'll be my adult balls.
No,
What is that, 6?
I get the teeth.
not a
I get
line.
the teeth comparison, but
Okay, whatever.
Just isolate Daryl saying kid balls.
that's what the episode's gonna be called.
No!
Those are my kid balls by Daryl Dean.
we have kid speak.
A
Now we have
memoir.
kid balls. The sequel. Yeah, that's good. We talked about kids speak in the one of the original episodes, and I'll be like, isn't it weird when you like have balls like a kid?
No.
Isn't it weird when you have a child set of testicles?
Just waiting for the day that they grow out.
All right, tell us your
strange.
story about kid balls.
Oh,
It doesn't have to be about kid balls. I was being entirely joking. Please don't mention kid balls ever again. All of us. Go ahead.
okay, good. I don't, like, it's difficult. I don't know, like, what...
You got
what,
up maybe like 2 degrees.
Get up, bounce, and back down.
What can I tell you guys? I don't know. I like, this
You
is-
seem to have a story ready.
Yeah.
Luke will show you how it's done. Luke, tell us a story about your life. Go.
Yesterday I was walking around and I took a look at the outside of my
It's already
shed.
inconsistent.
Okay, if you make a story, make it better than this one.
He's like Scuttle from The Little Mermaid, where he's like, I'm flying, and it was like, well, of course I was flying. Fucking it cuts to Sebastian the Crab getting pissed at him.
Do you want me to tell a real story?
Yes.
Work was stressful yesterday. We had record-breaking numbers.
COVID?
No, record-breaking numbers of like people in the store.
It was
'Cause
really fucking busy for us and my.
It's probably because it's the day before it's a holiday.
It's a day before it's a holiday, and it's a day
weekend.
after a storm. So, like, people
Oh, the
didn't
perfect
wanna
storm.
Come. Yeah, it's a really bad combo. Like, we had double our average door count.
You had more
yesterday.
doors too?
Yeah, we had.
Everyone was just going through different doors. The place was just filled with
Yeah.
people and doors.
Yeah, it's like
No, they're
Monsters,
breaking
Inc.
doors. There's so many people that are in, they broke the door every time they went in.
Yeah, and they went on the walls. And shit. It was like an MC Escher painting in the Costco that
Yeah,
era.
and
ran out of parts.
that purple dragon like blends in with the wall.
What are you talking about?
Monsters Inc.
Okay.
That
Randall.
That's gas. scared me.
Randall. Yeah.
That gas scared me.
That gas?
the
The gas. Yeah, and it like went closer to his fucking face. It reminded me of the dentist.
Oh, that reminds me of...
Reminds me of Dennis.
That reminds me of Blue Velvet. The movie
Wow.
Blue Velvet.
We want to talk about auteur directors who can actually do something with the medium.
Monsters Inc.
I was actually thinking about this guy. It's David Lynch sounds like someone's always playing a game of Got Your Nose with him.
Give it back. Give it back.
It's not funny anymore. It's really cool how you can just plug your nose from the inside and say things slowly and articulate it, and boom, you've got the world's best David Lynch impression. Watch. Drew's never even heard of David Lynch, except for that one episode where we shamed him for not knowing about David Lynch.
Never looked him up after that, so I still don't really know.
Do the exact same 3 things that I just described. Plug your nose from the inside, so have like this voice.
Okay.
And articulate words and speak slowly. So talk like this.
Hello. Hello. I made Monsters Inc. the movie.
He didn't.
David Lynch making Monsters Inc.
Dude, I watched that.
That'd be so cool.
Are you kidding? Can you imagine the fucking, like, the opening jazz number with, like, the door opens and it's just, like, the fucking killer from Twin Peaks? You know, fun fact, that guy was not an actor. He was the set dresser, and he got locked in a room at one point, and David Lynch went, that's cool, let's have that in there. That's a real story about, like, why the fucking, like, the guy with the long white hair, that's why he was in there. In the first place, he got locked in a room, and David Lynch was like, "I bet that would look cool in one of these shots. Go into the shot and like pretend to be locked in." And he was like, "You got the goods."
It's so fun when filmmakers are just like that. They're like, "That's my favorite color." Like so much like film, like learning about it in film film studies and stuff. You read like long essays about like the symbolism and the weird like philosophy of it. And when you read the filmmakers making it, they're like, "Blue's my favorite color, so I put blue in the movie." I thought it looked cool, so I put it in.
I'm really sad that there's like conventions in filmmaking that mean that I can't do certain things I like doing. For example, I love green lighting.
Yeah.
But every single film book that you'll ever read goes like, no, green lighting is only for unnatural things. You only ever want to put it in unnatural stuff. To the
Because
extent
the audience will read it as unnatural no matter what your intention is.
Yeah, exactly. It fucking they bucked the trends and put green lighting in the wedding scene in 50 Shades Freed. And even then, every video essay I've seen on 50 Shades Freed has pointed out, look at the green lighting in the wedding scene. These fucks don't know how to make films. And I'm just sitting here going, oh. So
But
like,
it looks cool.
Preemptively, I know that if I ever put green lighting in a situation where it's not supposed to be unnerving and unnatural, people will tear my work to shit if it even gets noticed, which it won't.
Maybe that's what you should do. Break all the rules so that everybody will notice it.
You could be the next Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
You
Breaking
could be
all
the next Tommy Wiseau.
That's probably what I'll end up being, is the trouble, yeah. The trouble is, if you break
great, though.
all the rules, even if you make, like, a competent product, people will go, oh, this person just didn't know how to fucking, like... If you break all the rules, people will just be like, this person never studied film.
Yeah, they're just having a field day, doing whatever they want.
Yeah. Even fucking, like, Picasso started fucking making his art style because he was bored making Rembrandt-likes, because he kept doing that in his teens. Apparently, in his teens, he kept making, like, hyper-realistic stuff to such a noticeable quality extent that he was bored because he couldn't get better. That's why he does the
He was
style he
already
does.
doing it like picture perfect, and he was like, I can't do anything else.
Yeah, exactly. That's the entire reason that Picasso even was. And still people, like, art critics of his day criticized him and went, well, he clearly can't just do regular art.
So you just proved my point there. You gotta be.
I'll be dead by then, though.
You gotta be a modern day Capasso.
Copernicus, yeah.
Paso.
The trouble is I'll be dead before anyone even goes like, hang on, maybe he did know.
But maybe hey,
That's kinda how
the
it
life
works
of a
with art,
tortured
though.
artist.
Well, Orson Welles was like that too. Orson Welles was like that too.
I thought you said, oh, samosas were like that too.
Yeah,
I was like,
samosas
the
were like
food?
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, before there were circles.
Yeah, but Orson Welles wasn't. He was drunk.
No, he was a
Yes, he was.
He was a theater prodigy, so he's not coming from absolutely nowhere. But a lot of the innovations of Citizen came out of the fact that he was young, arrogant, and didn't know what couldn't be done, and like he didn't care.
Yeah.
And he had the best camera person in the world to clean up after him.
Yeah,
So.
I'd need the best camera person in the world to clean up after me because it's very apparent that I think that I'm okay at filmmaking. At the very least, it seems like I'm better than a lot of the film majors in my fucking school, which
Definitely.
isn't saying anything. And I'm sorry for making it sound like I'm bragging. I hope.
How dare you?
Yeah. Well, the fact that Luke is agreeing, it makes me feel better because I feel like Luke would be like, if I wasn't.
No,
Decent.
no, you're better than a lot of them.
And like at the same time, there's a lot of stuff about my film stuff where like it's very clear I'm still an amateur doing these things, you know?
Me too.
Yeah. So I need someone who knows what they're doing to clean up after me. At the same time, it's very funny how a lot of like film people will insist that I lack talent. There was somebody that so I made a short film called Reminders in 2018, and I remember one of the fucking guys that submitted a film felt so brazen that after Reminders won the film festival, he felt it necessary to message me that very night and explain to me why I shouldn't have won. And he was like, he was phrasing it as if he was doing me a favor.
Holy moly.
He was like, hey, so I've actually done this stuff before, so I thought, I could help you out a little bit, and here's why what you did didn't really work. And
What a
like,
prick.
yeah, right?
Is this who I think it is? Was it one of the more popular ones in that film festival?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not friends with a lot of them.
Oh no, I mean like one of the more.
He messaged me out of the blue like before he sent me a friend request.
Was it one of the more successful films of the film festival?
Oh, dude, I don't remember
Like,
his
did they
fucking
come in
name.
second or third?
Okay. This was not. Okay, well, if you don't remember his name, then it's not the person.
Wait,
I
you
think
didn't win?
Cake Boy?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Cake Boy.
Hold on, you didn't win.
No, I did win.
No, he
Oh,
did
you
win.
won, and
Yeah.
they didn't win.
Correct.
But they... Okay.
And they're like,
They,
actually,
they were
I'm better than
explaining.
you.
They were explaining how it wasn't a better film, and yeah, I didn't know how to reply, so I just sort of left it on read and like never addressed them. I thought of like replying like, "Well, I won," but I was like,
That feels a little, yeah.
"Yeah, it feels a little defensive of all."
You didn't have to prove
qualities.
yourself or
Yeah,
anything.
you should have said, "I won, bitch."
Yeah, exactly.
I won
I'm
and
with
you
Luke on
lost.
this one.
Yeah, no, actually, the
Bitch.
Cake Boy was actually really kind about it.
Oh, good.
I messaged him going
He's
like,
decent.
I thought the cinematography of your thing was good. Because I didn't want to message him saying that I thought his movie was good because it was just misogyny again.
Yeah.
He had a talent for writing. He does this. He writes scripts with like weird misogyny in it.
Yeah, he does.
Is it like core to the script, or it just happens to be there all the time?
Yes.
Yeah,
But yes to both.
All his female characters are either like manipulative or like annoying.
Yeah.
Like they're
But
either
like archetypical.
they're either in the way or fucking you over.
What's weird usually is that you only learn about this because the main character will explain how the girl is a bitch.
Yeah.
That's my kind of writing.
And like, yeah. And it's just sort of weird because
These are the things you need to know before you watch this play. Okay, thanks, bye.
my first thought is like, yeah, but what if the dude's wrong?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I think about.
Yeah.
This is his perspective.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I don't want to give his name, because he clearly has talents, and odds are, as he grows up, he's probably going to be less misogynistic with his script writing and stuff like that.
I think so. I have
Yeah.
faith that he will.
Yeah, or that he already has.
Yeah.
And also, again, he was a very talented cinematographer. He and a friend of his, I'm going to call the friend Adam, they usually work together, and they did separate things. And what's interesting is that Mr. Misogyny Man can't write a script to save his life, but has really good cinematography. And Adam wrote a really good script for a thing that year, and had really weird cinematography. And when they've worked together, it's always been the Misogyny Man wrote the script, and Adam was a cinematographer. And I'm always like, what would happen if you just switched it around?
It's like Van Halen. The Van Halen brothers, Alex and Eddie, they used to play the opposite instruments, and then they switched them, and they became legends in the opposite ones.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's a cool story.
Yeah. As well, the star of Reminders, he showed it to his group, and then was like, "You want to hear what they have to say?" And like handed me his phone with a Facebook chat of all of them, and all of them who were film majors who also submitted something for the same film festival tore it to shit and explained why theirs was better. So I think it's just like a thing of like film
Hyper
people.
competitive.
Yeah, like I didn't win, so I have to justify why. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and there's a lot of there's a lot of pretension in film major stuff too. Like you know, like it is like there's a lot of like signaling and cultural signifiers. And what I liked about yours is that it's just very solid and not pretentious at all. And you
guess.
you're not like like the core of it is just like very good and like very well written. And that's like that's why I think the
Well written. There's nothing's written about it.
well like that's why I think
it was
like
a silent movie.
that's why I think like the judges and the faculty really like your filmmaking is because you're not like signaling. Like
Yeah.
you're not like signaling these are good movies. It's like
Do you know why I do silent movies, or did silent movies for all the film festival stuff?
because it's more like pure. Oh, no, because you just don't like audio.
Because first of all, yeah, it's way easier to not record audio. But the main reason was in my first ever film festival that I did for that university, I submitted something with a narration, and I got it was not well received, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And I got the feedback that like, yeah, you kept explaining things through dialogue, and we would have liked to see the actions go for themselves. And I realized
I'm going to prove I can do this.
it was more of the fact that not prove, but I just wanted to challenge myself. Just go like, okay, I want all the actions to speak for themselves so I really can understand the criticism and I digest it well. So I made my first, or my second, I guess, short film that I submitted there, which was called Adrian, which also won, and quite frankly shouldn't have now that I watch it again. Drew was in it. That's right. Yeah, Drew, you were in it. This was
Where the smiling meme came from.
Yeah, 2016. For those that don't know, Drew, if you've ever seen him in video stuff, and you should, because it's on our YouTube channel, we made a lot of cool things like that, cooking videos. Hopefully they were well received. Yeah, Drew is physically incapable of not smiling to the extent where we had to redo a take 7 times because he kept fucking smiling. And eventually I was like, just have a plain face. And he was like, he just kept smiling. So I was
don't
like,
have a resting bitch face.
Scowl for me. So we just have a shot where like we have like a plain face on one side and then we shoot to the other side and it's just Drew going, like frowning basically.
Like I can only be hella grumpy or smiling. I don't have a slight frown.
Yeah.
Need to practice in front of the mirror a little bit more.
You still did well in that short. Anyway, yeah. That's been my filmmaking career. The only reason I go with silent after that is because after figuring out, okay, maybe I can do silent, I've realized Daryl's point of like, yeah, fucking doing audio would be difficult and require like a second person to hold a mic, and I'd need to like mash it together and do audio cleanup and stuff like that. Let's just take the easy way out, bitches. Let's just never
Put a
speak
song
ever.
over top.
Yep.
Do you think that's part of the reason why other people are kind of like the other competitors, so to speak, like the other people who submitted things were kind of about yours, like they were picking it apart and stuff? Do you think they kind of feel like, well, he did a silent film, so it wasn't as much effort as mine?
He only did half the work.
Yeah.
Honest to God, because specifically of that one professor, there's a possibility. Just because that one professor has a weakness for silent films, and it's like, I like this thing that you do. What's his accent?
He's Ukrainian.
I don't know how to hear you.
He's like,
He talks
Very-
like
it's
very
like
slowly like
Russian.
this.
It's like Russian.
Okay, Slavic, got it.
yeah.
Yeah, so he goes, I like the silent films the best. They are the best things that you need emotions.
Yeah.
And I do nothing but emotions. I disagree with that Reminders was less pretentious. I think it has its own level of pretension. But I think one thing that it has over anything else is that it was very deeply earnest.
Yes, and I think it like what I liked about it was that compared to the other ones was that it was solid as opposed to like having like a premise that looks cool.
What do you mean by solid?
It's just like the emotional logic is good. It like I feel the things that I need to feel at the right time. Like
Part of that's the music, though.
the music, yeah, but
Music really drives me. That's another reason why I love silent films.
But then you made a good choice of putting it in. So, like, you know, like things work out the way that they should, and like the story is well paced, and you told it in pictures instead of words, and rather than like having a few like interesting premises kind of bunched together to signify interesting film. Like, you made a good one instead of an interesting one.
I'd love to keep doing silent films. Maybe I should do more short films, even just for me.
One of the short films that I'm preparing for my portfolio is silent. That's the one I want you guys in, actually.
All of us? Even me?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Cool.
Where I mean, I'm still in very preliminary phases, but I have it all planned.
You want
out,
your
written.
audio-only podcast troupe to be in your silent film?
Yes. Fuck you.
We can be good facial actors. Daryl, cry on command. Holy shit, that was fast!
Are you okay?
He's frowning.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Are you okay? Are
Like,
you peeing?
Like, it's really weird. Are you peeing? It was really weird. I said cry, and a tear instantly streamed down his face. Actually, both out of both eyes at the
Starting to
same
think
time.
like he was like holding it back.
I think
the whole time.
I'm crying a little bit just on your
Finally.
performance.
Yeah. I'm pissing right now, just watching you.
Kissing?
Yeah, I'm peeing. Peeing, pissing, dropping water.
Dropping water?
What's
Bleeding the
another
lizard.
pissing? Leaning lizard. What?
Bleeding the lizard.
Bleeding the lizard?
Bleeding the lizard? You don't know that one?
Don't say that with Leslie here.
Yeah,
I heard drain
jeez.
the lizard.
Drain the lizard?
Drain
Yeah,
the
drain the
snake.
lizard.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, it is. There's no blood.
Yeah, they're cold-blooded individuals. They need that blood.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how cold blood works. Guess we should ask Ann Coulter.
Hey yo.
She's a lizard person.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about the biology.
That's
of it.
anti-Semitic.
It's
yeah?
regulated, the temperature is regulated by their environment.
I guess that makes sense.
Shit, you've
Okay.
angered the gods.
But like when I think about like heat being generated by a biological organism is because of the chemical process of a cell, right? Do they not have that?
They don't have like heat generating like you know,
Missiles?
I don't.
What a great animation.
They have specialized bodies
How do
for
they not
their
generate
conditions,
heat?
right?
They don't
That's
generate heat.
evolution,
What are you talking
biatch.
about?
How
does he
do
not-
lizards work? How do lizards work?
How do lizards work?
Go ahead, Leslie.
Lizard cold, but when in hot, lizard get hot because
Got it.
yeah.
Okay, let's go.
It's all coming
We're
together.
done.
Got it.
Thanks, Miss Frizzle.
Actually, yeah, we're done.
Every day when you're walking down.
Down
No,
this-
Shameful. Absolutely shameful.
I love Arthur, man. The fist.
Wanna unpack that?
The meme of the Arthur fist.
Okay.
The picture of the fist.
The picture of the green.
Yeah,
It's
the
like, yeah,
picture of
got
the
it.
fist. Yeah.
Have you seen the clip where Francine comes over to Arthur's place and DW's like, "Hey Francine, can I ask you a question?" She's like, "Sure, anything." DW's like, "Why don't you go to your own house and stop bothering us?"
Jesus, DW.
I love DW.
That's
man.
mean.
She's cool.
Is she?
No, well, she's annoying, but
Can you
she's
imagine,
cool.
like, she would totally be a stop the steal person
Oh
now?
yes.
DW is, like, on the list of the people that died during the January 6th riot.
Yeah, she's like a Twitch streamer, streaming the whole thing.
No disrespect to Ashley Babbitt. I feel bad because she was definitely radicalized by people and was taken advantage of. But man, it's funny to think of DW in that context.
Yeah, she's been kicked out of a lot of bars, I'm sure. DW.
Do you think any of the Arthur crew grew up to be a leftist, now that I'm thinking about it? Because, like,
don't know
Muffy definitely didn't.
Definitely did not do that much character study on the characters in Arthur.
Probably Fern or, like, Sue Ellen or something like that.
Yeah, it was
The gay teacher.
Mr. Ratburn?
Yeah.
He seemed like a conservative.
Yeah, he could be like a gay conservative.
Yeah.
yeah. Who was the other girl who wasn't Francine? Was she a rabbit or something?
Are you talking about Muffy?
Maybe. She
There's
seems like she
the
could be
other
left.
girl. There were like 10 other girls.
I don't know. I didn't watch Arthur too much.
Ooh.
Pardon me.
Ooh.
What did you watch instead? The
I-
Wall?
Danny
Paint
Fanta.
Dry?
I watched a lot of Family Channel and Teletoon. Or not Teletoon, YTV.
You got rich people
Carlos.
TV.
Who
You
in
got
the,
rich people TV.
Who in the Sweet Life universe would become a leftist?
Ooh.
Mr. Mosby.
Maddie.
I love Mr. Mosby.
Oh, what's his name?
I'm out of this conversation. I've never seen
no.
Sweet Life.
Esteban Julio.
Yes, he's an anarcho-syndicalist.
Yeah.
He's seizing the means because he's the bellboy.
Oh, season. I thought you meant like season, like...
No, seizing the means.
Got it.
He goes to a factory with a can of salt and just...
Yeah.
Season the meats.
Season the meats of production.
There's definitely like a communist flavored fucking restaurant that's like... that's
Season the meats of production.
Yeah, that's
Or-
got that as its tagline. Hold on.
even
Or
just
how many
meats of
fucking like anarchist shit posting accounts have done that joke? Probably.
Right. To end off this pod, I'm gonna look up "season the meats of production"
Yeah.
and I'll report the first thing that comes up.
If it hasn't been used, we have to use
That's
it.
true. We can like...
I like
jump on that.
this
probably
unpacking the Family Channel universe.
Yeah.
Okay, Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, yeah.
They're anti-work guys, absolutely.
They
Because
are,
the
yeah.
whole show takes place in
Self-employed.
summer vacation,
Yep.
and they have projects, so they're like communalists.
Yep.
Oh,
Doofenshmirtz.
Doofenshmirtz is definitely like an Elon Musk guy.
Yeah.
He's Elon Musk. Perry the Platypus, a fascist.
What?
He's a militia guy. He's a 3%er.
Yeah.
It's a meme of
For
a
a
steak
communist.
with a fucking hammer and sickle on
Oh
it.
my god. Lazy.
That's
Lazy
season-
shit.
There's not even any.
Well, the trouble is the second result is Vosh, and I don't give a shit about him.
Yeah,
You
go
don't
away.
like Vosh?
I hate Vosh.
What's
He said some
Vosh?
shit.
I don't know what Vosh is.
He's basically like a fucking he's a centrist on fucking on like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that makes his living off of being a debate me bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people
He's got
like
some
that.
shitty take about race too.
He's got shitty takes about like nearly everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like that shit.
You want to talk about bad faith arguments about fucking kids? He has like 2 of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
That's 7?
That's sure.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, including 0,
Yeah, thank you.
how much does
So
it
on a
scale
imply
that
of 0
he wants to fuck kids?
Oh, I'm not gonna visit his intentions. Fucking like N.A. I don't.
0?
N/A. Not applicable.
Not
Not applicable. Yeah. Which I would argue in this context is different from 0. The plot thickens. See that, Drew?
No, I
Look
agree.
at the nuance. Okay, cool.
Okay, who and why?
I was so ready to fucking jump down your ass.
Okay, politics of YTV.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Carlos,
I
what
said
about
we'd
him?
end the fucking whatever.
Carlos, I don't know. He's the host. He's a non-combatant.
Okay,
But what
neutral.
about sugar?
Non-combatant.
I guess you
Hey
guys
Drew, yeah?
Too young.
That's
What's,
too
what's
old
a show
for
both
me.
of us have seen? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Which member of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire do you think wants to fuck his dad, Regis or Meredith?
Well, the fact that you said his makes me want to say Regis.
That's it.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
All right, this has been After School Arcade.
Thank you very much for listening to our podcast. We'll be back next week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, After School Arcade. First word After School, second word Arcade.
We got a new video coming out.
It's already out.
It's already out, yeah.
Yeah. we got lots of new stuff coming out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And once COVID is over, we're going to be doing improv shows in the Waterloo region. And we're also making things. Luke's making things.
I am making things. Slowly but surely when my ass isn't bleeding.
You making cool creative things, Drew?
I'm making something of myself.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.